let's see. I'm gonna share the link to the Discord, and we are going to focus on implementing an issue. On the README, there is a list of issue for the version 0.1. So let's see. I'm gonna grab one of those and wait a second on the Discord. I'm sharing the link to let someone join. We never know. Okay. So, what are we going to work on together? So let's see if we go on the README. We can see that we have something created by Sharaf that expose the focus of the 0.1 version, and we already worked on the refugee service and the refugee group service, and now I want to implement the refugee group membership. So the refugee group membership is an entity that makes the many-to-many relationship between the refugees and the refugee groups. So let's let's find a proper issue to focus on. So let's focus on refugee group memberships. Just membership, I think. And so we have a controller, a broker, and a foundation, just the whole horizontal implementation. So I'm gonna start by the broker and focus on this. Okay, so let's open the project in Rider. It's already open. Let's check out to the main branch. And I want to be sure to be up to date, so I'm gonna do update project and merge. Let's see. Do I have some changes pending? No, I do not. Okay, so it wasn't up to date. Let's see the commits. Some code rubs, a merge, and okay, it was the implementation of the retrieve all refugee groups in the refugee group service. So now there is an issue, a compiling issue in the refugee groups. Why is that? What's the problem? Maybe I need to reload, restart my IDE. I want to be sure that there is. Oops. Sometimes it happens like it doesn't reload properly the branch, so we are going to restart Rider before freaking out and take a look back at the compiling issue. I have a key binding to jump to the next issue. If I do comma NE, it jumps to the. It's restoring the packages. And it's fine. So an issue with the loading of the project. Okay, nice. So what are we going to do first? The first thing that we are going to do is to create a folder into the test unit project. Oh no, there is the issue. What's the issue? But so it's not there. When I'm going there, it's gonna disappear again. Okay, interesting. It's gonna disappear again. I think it's the first time it's doing this to me. I don't know why. It's really weird. but let's not focus on this, and we should create a branch. I'm gonna create a branch, new branch called users spectrago, and we are going to focus on the brokers, um, refugee group membership, and it's going to be insert. So branch, it already exists? No. Oh, okay, I already made it, so let's go back to it and let's find it. So refugee group, okay, membership, not this one, membership insert, okay, and we are going to update this branch. Okay, but no, I need to merge all the changes from main. So okay, that's fine. Why is it screaming at me for nothing again? Oh no, cancel. Wow, today like it's not going easy. It's not. So it's getting late here. It's the sun is already down. Like I hope you're not too disappointed with me. Oops, seems like one of your streams is having connection issues. Anyway, so let's create a directory for the no, not the testing. I said that we are going to focus on the broker. So do we have a broker called um, broker refugee group memberships? Yes, we have one, and we have the insert. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So I've implemented it already, and let's try to find the interface. So making warm up. Is it the interface? Okay, so we were into the interface. So so okay. I'm gonna put some music because at source gonna be maybe a bit nicer for you. Something to chill. Yeah, nice. Okay. I do not feel too chatty tonight. Maybe I'm missing Elbeck or the joyfulness of Hassan, or but maybe I'm a bit tired. So what are we going to do? Okay, it's already the work is already done. So we are just going to push it then. But I don't understand. There is already a commit. So I guess so. We are going to make sure of it. There is a merge of everything. Yeah, okay, but if it was not, wow. Maybe I should recreate a branch instead of trying to push it. I'm gonna push it just to see how it looks in the committee story. If it's too ugly, I will just create a new branch. But I'd like to see how it looks. Let's push it. Anyway, if it's not something that I'm not. I'm gonna merge it only if it looks good. Only if it looks good. I'm not a crazy person. And it doesn't appear here at all. What's going on? Like maybe it's not a good moment to be coding tonight because I have trouble following what I'm doing. Like I pushed and I'll have to look for the branch manually. Really? Don't do me like that. Okay, I guess I'm gonna look for the branch. Refugee. View all branches. Refugee group memberships. Users. Spec. Algo. Brokers. Refugee. Okay, this is the one. And I guess I should do a new pull request. But it was already done, it was already into the main branch? Maybe. Well, am I crazy or what? I should have taken a look before doing this and push a branch that is already been merged. So anyway, like it doesn't change nothing because I haven't re-merged something that was already existing. So let's take a look at the broker and the storages. This is my fault. If I already pushed the broker, I should have closed the issue. So let's find for why should I be doing this? The membership. I'm in the main and it's already here. And even it's already here. Okay. So I guess this is one thing that we didn't have to do. So now we are going to create a new branch, and the new branch is going to be called. Oh, there is someone in the chat. Oh, it's Awais. How are you doing, Awais? Like, I feel a bit tired today, so like I'm not too chatty, you know. Oh, I'm gonna say a lot of silly things. Like it started with me trying to implement something that I already implemented, the broker. So users, Spectrago, and we are going to implement a foundations, and refugee group membership. Add. It already exists. I'm going crazy or what? I'm gonna override the existing branch because I'm almost sure that the branch is empty. Okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to look at the branch. So it's going foundation, refugee group, membership add, checkout. Let's see what's in it. the last commit. Okay, I updated the folder structure, and I don't think that there is anything into the unit tests. No, there is nothing here, and the services, nothing here. So yeah, I'm just going to start it fresh and create the branch from scratch. So up, check out. Okay, so a new branch, users, Spectra Go, foundations, refugee group, memberships, membership, not memberships, membership, add, and we are going to overwrite the existing branch because there is nothing in it. Okay, I just want to make sure that, okay, nice, and update the branch because I'm just becoming paranoid because I made already some silly mistakes. I'm trying to point to the origin main, and I know that it's already branched from the okay, all files are up to date. No. Okay, that's fine. Log. Okay, let's go. And now we are going to implement the API path. So the first thing that we want to do is to create the files, the directories and the files into the services. So in the foundations, we are going to create a directory. No, we are going to create a class, but a directory first. So it's going to be refugee, refugee group membership with an S, and then refugee group membership, and it's a class. Okay, we are going to change the scope of the namespace. We are going to implement the copyright. Now that we have both public partial class, we are going to make a partial class of this one because you know we are like that. And the thing that I want to do is to bring the dependencies, but maybe before, yeah, I'm gonna bring the dependencies. So let's build the constructor. Yeah. And so we are going to implement the logging dependency, the datetime broker. When I say dependency, I mean the brokers. We have the datetime broker here, and we have the storage broker there, and we are going to implement them by a dependency injection like we done on the refugee service. Here you can see that the constructor implements those. So we are going to do the exact same thing. And something that you can do is to grab them like this and implement, it's not the worker, it's the refugee membership service. Okay, so I didn't even name this properly, so let me rename it. Edit, rename, service, This is fine. And the class I'm gonna do service, membership service. Okay, and now can I do this? I can. And in what order? Like maybe the time, like here I rather have them in this order, and or maybe the same as this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go back like this. Okay, let's implement the missing references. Okay, nice. I know that we do not need the partial class right now. I'm gonna let it. And I want to format this a little bit because it's going too far away. And now it's a bit better. Let's see how we've done this into the refugee service to keep some consistency within our coding style. So the indentation is the same, and we are using this. We are not using, the underscore like this with the private variables. So now that I have this in place, the thing that I want to do is to create the method. So it's going to be a private. No, it's a public. It's going to return an entity, so a value task of refugee group membership 222, and we are going to call it add refugee group membership. So I'm taking a look over there because I just want to see what's going on in the Discord. So okay, so let's implement the missing references. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not using the I'm not triggering the suggestion. Like I can trigger them, but I force myself to not do it. So add refugee group membership, and I'm doing so much silly stuff right now, but it's okay. Okay, so are we going to make it async? Yeah, obviously. I'm saying obviously, but maybe I'm a crazy guy. I don't know. I think yeah, it's async, and we are going to pass model the refugee group membership and refugee. So I can just click on Alt J and trigger the suggestion, but I force myself, even though I'm a bit tired today, like it's good to force yourself to remember stuff. And it makes it a game, make a bit of fun, it's like a memory game. So yes, now good, and we are going to throw new not implemented. Oh, I didn't do it the proper way because I forgot to implement the interface first, but I'm gonna do it. like this, you see. Why should I do this like this? So it doesn't exist yet, but it's not a problem. And I'm going to do this and this, and okay, there is the system over there, yeah. And now create interface refugee services. It's going to. It's not here. Can I extract it? Can I extract it into its own file? Move to refugee groups. Yes, yes, it is extracted. Here we are going to grab the signature of it. We do not need to say that it's a public stuff. We need the missing references. We need to close this and to put this there, and we need this up, and obviously there is an issue here. And why? What did I do? It's not the error message. So interface member value, self-ownership, refugee foundation service, add refugee group membership async is not implemented. Yeah, we know, but it's implemented here. Refugee group, add refugee group. Let's try to force it. So I didn't. There is a spelling mistake here, maybe. Add refugee. Oh, it's because okay, I was missing this into the interface. So let's go back here like this. Oh, I'm going to an interface. This is why it's important, you know, to do it in the right order, because you're messing up after. So now, okay, now that we have our method and our service, we are going to create a failing test for it. And am I happy with this? I'll say yes for okay. So let's go into the test project, into the foundation, and create a folder called refugee group memberships, like this. Yeah, and we are going to create a test, like a refugee group test file, like the refugee test. So it's refugee group test, okay, service test. So it's gonna be a new class. Refugee group membership tests. Okay. I'm going to scope this, and we are going to grab this, and again in the constructor we want to mock the dependency. So we have the dependency, the logging broker, the datetime broker, and the storage broker. So we are going to mock them. Let's grab the constructor from the refugee groups test here and just copy paste it. We are going to And obviously we want to test the refugee group membership service, so we are going to call it to inject it in the constructor. So implement the missing references, and now we are going to have them into the constructor. We are going to format this a little bit better than that. Okay. So now I feel sleepy today, that's insane. I don't know why. I woke up really early this morning, maybe at 4 or something like that. But even though, like, I was really tired, like, I need to go back to the gym, but the first, like, it's been a week that I was focusing on looking for a job, and it's really stressful. And I think coming back to the code base and to coming back to refugee land, like, I'm not thinking about nothing, and then it relaxes. I'm like, all the pressure is, it's so relieving that I'm falling asleep in front of the computer. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but anyway, I feel good in front of the code base, and I think that's essential. So okay, now that we have everything mocked here, we need to implement the first test. So don't forget to make this a partial class, and we are going to copy data and call it logic, because we are going to implement the API path. Let's get rid of everything here. Let's get rid of these two. Okay. So now we are going to build our first test. Public. I think. Did I? Let's go to the refugee membership service. Did I made the service async? No. Okay. But I don't need to right now. But I'm not crazy. Huh? I need to make it async. So no, why it's not called logic in here? We just called it refugee service and validation. That we did not. Where is the refugee, like, should have why am I crazy? It's the service. I'm really tired, like I'm losing my mind or what? Wow, that's insane. And okay, I do not need to make it yeah, because it will be async inside of the try catch method, so maybe right now it's a bit soon to make it async, but yeah, I'll wait on yeah, but the first implementation is without the try catch, and I'm just thinking ahead. I don't need to. So anyway, so it's gonna be a task, and it should add refugee group membership async. I think, because we are good boys, I think. And so given some stuff that we are going to do, when something happens, given some set of parameters or variables, so given some entities, and some setup on the dependency that we have, when we call the add method from the service, we'll have to assert that stuff happened. Okay, so let's build random refugee group membership, and for this I'm going to use a filler. Let me grab something like so. I want to build a method called get random refugee group. So okay, random refugees. Now we are going to do something like this, and the thing is that here I've chosen to put by default now as dates, as a default value for dates, but I can I overload the method with with the parameter that allows me to put any date I want in it. So I think that we are going to start with something like this, and later on when we are going to do the validation, the structural validation, and we want to know if a date is recent or not, when we are creating an entity, we want to make sure that it was created like a few seconds ago. So we are going to need to have a random entity that has the now time into its parameter, the UTC now. But now we want something truly random, so we are going to do something like this, and not here. We are going to do it into the setup of the main file of this big class. So, and it's not going to return a refugee, it's going to return a refugee group membership. Yeah. And so create refugee filler. Now it's going to be refugee group membership filler, and we are going to implement it. Okay, but we are missing the dynamics stuff. So dynamics is the NetGap package that we are going to use to fill the properties of the random refugee group membership entity. So let's go to the refugee service test and grab the dynamics object filler. I think if I create this like that and I do implementation, it's not I think, it's I know that I can just call it like this. I'm so lazy tonight, it's insane. Okay. And so now I can implement the dynamics with I imported the refugee, and I do not want to import the refugee. I want to do refugee group membership. Okay, and now I'm gonna import the dynamics, the dynamics object filler package. So let's forget about this. Let me get rid of those. What's the problem here? Private static. Change all local create. Local create. What? Alors. Create. Do we miss a package like no, it should be in the dynamics, because this is the dynamics that says cannot resolve symbol create. Can I? No, but it comes from the dynamics. Why you can't do this? Is there an inheritance that I'm forgetting? I don't think so. So what am I missing? Oh no! And did I implement it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I implemented the refugee service. The thing I did not do it was to name. I didn't. Why? Okay. So. What am I doing? Yeah, in the refugee service, like I know, like I fucked up. So this is an opportunity to make my brain work again properly. And I'm passing the mock into the parameters, but I do not want to do this. I want to use the mocks when I'm initializing in the service. In the test I'm passing. Do I do that? No, I'm passing nothing into the test. But the thing I need is to instantiate the service. And when I'm when I'm doing this, like the instantiating the refugee group membership. It's refugee group. It's not. Why? Oh, okay. Wow, I have trouble thinking properly. Huh? You have trouble in my head. It's not good. Huh? But it's fine. I'm having fun. I hope you do. You're having a good laugh. So, refugee group membership. Instead of thinking, I just should copy paste. I don't know why I'm bothering, because I cannot think properly apparently. So, what am I doing? Refugee group membership. Even not using this to force myself to think, I'm sure I hate my life, but what's the other explanation? So the refugee and the thing is that when I create this time. That's this. I want to. I want those mocks. I want to use the mock, the mock dependency. Like this, and I'm instantiating them to. Alors, one thing I'm going to do for the moment is to bam 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 bam. And now I'm going to name them. Alors, so if I'm just doing this, maybe it's gonna implement the naming of the parameters automatically. Let me see. Do I have to say this? No, I don't think so. Okay, so storage broker mock. Can I name change type field storage for iStorage? Your refugee group service. Okay, Sam. Okay, for I have to object. I have problem. What is it asking from me? I don't know. I'm falling asleep already. Maybe it will help you go to sleep too. Okay. This login broker mock object. Nice. Do I want to format it like this? I don't know. Apparently yes. Oh, okay, but it doesn't tell me why I can't have the create here. So I might have made a silly mistake again. Or I'm missing something, so cannot resolve simple create. So create refugee membership filler and return a filler, and what's the problem? Return type is void. It shouldn't be void. It should be I guess maybe it's a special type, like like filler refugee group like this, or it's refugee group membership. It's either it's one or the other. Let's see. I think okay, this is the one. So that's why we had some issue there. But we have our create random refugee group membership here. We can pass a date here, and now we've done this. Convert to local variable in line. Yeah. No. Nope. Okay, that's fine with me. It looks. Let's take a look at this. I think it's fine. Yeah, you have to name those. It's not necessary, but you know, like, it's easier to make you see that you are not inside of the constructor and you are just passing dependencies from the mock service. Well, not the mock service, but you know, the service that you are going to test. I'm talking to myself, but I'm okay with it. Now we are going to build the actual test, and after we are going to implement it for real this time, like here. But for the moment, we are just going. I'm going to close this. I'm going to say refugee group member test, and I said logic, but it should be logic add. So let's rename it to the logic.add. Okay. Okay, we are fine. And now we are going to create a date, because you remember here I said that when I wanted to create not here in the refugee group test, like here I'm passing a date, and so we are going to pass a random date. Okay, and so for the random date, do I pass a random date, or I could pass the time of now? Let's see. We are, because let me show you a date time of set, and I can say random date time. I'm really tired. And here do get random date time. But the thing is that we also just could do the time of set UTC now. It's not the time of set. You put to have the delegator event is expected. It's not. It's like that. Yeah. So I could do this or implement a method called create a random date time. Maybe even create random date time offset, possible. That we could call it like this. Let's see if we've implemented something like this into the refugee test to keep some consistency within the project. So we have a get random date time, so we are going to do the same thing. Get random date time, and we are going to call it the same way, not get random date time offset. Okay. Do I shoot the others there? Do we have link? Okay, okay, that's fine. So we are going to implement this in our main class, main file, and not here into the test, and above or below. I prefer above than below. I think that's what I did elsewhere. But the more we get closer to the entity itself, I put it down close to the filler. And all the helper methods, I put them just on top. And so it's not get random dead time offset, it's get random dead time. Okay, and now we have a random dead time. Are we happy or what? Okay, and now we want a refugee group membership, and obviously we want a random one, random refugee group membership, and new refugee. No. Okay, why a new refugee? What am I doing? Ah, damn. Random refugee group membership. There we go. Okay. And now that I have this, I need to pass a date. So what is it screaming? Because here I created it. Yeah, I need to pass the date to the random daytime. Yeah, going to put it there to make it pretty. Because it's two lines, we are not keeping them like close to the line on top. We are separating both of them. And because now we want to fill it, we want to fill the class properly, the property properly, because there are some dates and the filler, the dynamics filler is not really good with dates, so we need to make a choice. Either we are setting up the dates into the main class, the main file. Here, with you see the filler. The filler, we say that on type date time offset, we are going to use dates. And so I guess that's fine. And we could also, but I mean, the thing that we could do is to hard code some of those values. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Maybe just the ID, we want the ID to be the same, you know, because it's on creation, the created by and the updated by property are the same GUID, the same ID. So I think I'm gonna hard code this. So the random, not here. The random refugee group membership create no, updated, update, up. Y a pas de updated by. I need to created by on this one. Okay. Should we add an editable stuff on this? Maybe. I think we should, but the thing is that it's not part of the. I should shelf the changes. Let's look at another relation, another model, another entity that is doing a many-to-many relationship, like the contacts, and what we've decided to do. Because yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have the idea of make it an auditable. It would be nice. So the thing I can do is to shelve the changes, make a special code rub or something like that, and make it an auditable class. So let's see the contact. I'm in the storage. I'm not into the models, so it's not easy when you're lazy like me and you do not want to think. You're making a bit of mistake. So let's go to the contacts. Refugee contact. Do we have contacts? Oh no, I didn't implement the contacts. The contact, really? No. Are you for real or what? Let's go to the models. Models, refugee pet, shelter offers, host, nationality. Okay, for real, there is no contacts. Okay, it's not a real problem. Let's look at the shelter offers. Shelter offers, is it auditable? Yeah, it is. So that's the thing I'm talking about. Update take date, created by, and I'm going to add it. So, but let's shelf the changes. So you see, I have some changes here, but I want to keep my commit history really clean. So the thing I'm going to do is to click on this button. It's going to put all my changes on the side and like make it on the tiny shelf for me to get back later. Now I can do a commit just to touch the model, and so I'm going to do on the refugee group membership. I'm going to go on it, and here I'm going to implement the thing that we had on the shelter offer. So this is going to allow me to follow the changes. If someone is updating this entity, we are going to have his ID here and the dates and everything. So now I'm going to commit this and say that's code rub. It's data updating refugee group membership to make it auditable. table. Okay. I'm going to commit. It's not perfect because this update is going to leave into a pull request that it's about the services, but that's better than just doing it with all other changes. So now that I've done this, I can grab back my shelf, my changes on the shelf. So let's look at the shelf, and all my changes are there, and I can unshelf them. And now I'm gonna be back where I was into my changes like magic. That's fine, huh? You like it, huh? You like it, huh? Really clean, really clean. So what were we? Okay, we were working on the. What's going on here? Why do I have an error message here? I'll take a look later, I think, because I don't get it. And because I have the interface here. So what's the matter? Is it because it's not implemented, or it's because it's async? That's why it's screaming at me. What is he talking about? The interface is just there. A refugee group membership. Is it named properly? IREFUEE. Group membership service. Okay, just my ID that is freaking out for nothing. I think no. I'm the one that is freaking out. I'm the one that has a problem in the brain. What's the problem? I refugee. Let me restart the ID because I do not like. You are in foundation branch. Oh, you committed. So, what's the problem? Elbeck is you're not happy because I committed. Elbeck, you're not happy because I committed the data into the. I know that I did. Damn you, Elbeck. I know you're the voice of reason. I knew that I fucked up, but you're hard, man. Okay, I'm gonna push on the data branch. Okay, you're right. Okay, hello guys. Elbeck is yelling at me nicely, like always, because I updated an entity and while working on the foundation branch. But I just came to another branch and if I create a new branch and I commit it right away, I think, because all of my changes are there and shelve them and I can take care of them. You see, that is not yelling at me. It was my idea. It was becoming crazy because of the unshelving and everything. So I'm gonna listen to you, Elbeck. Okay? You happy? You happy? Aye. Making me a better engineer, software engineer. Really. Data refugee group So the thing that I'm going to do is to create a new branch from this one to do a PR with the update of the entity to make it really, really clean. Data refugee membership, and I'm gonna say update. Hello, Murojon. Murojon, Komilov. I don't know. I don't know how I should say your name. I'm really sorry, but hi. I'm happy to see you, man. Data refugee group membership update. Okay. So now I'm on a new branch. We are going to look at it. Data updating refugee group membership to make it audible. I'm gonna push it. I'm pushing it. Now it's better. I'm going to go to GitHub and do a PR. I hope Elbeck is here. But data updating now. Reviewer. Elbeck, just to see if he's here. Because he was the one complaining, so. But he was right, he's right. That's why I'm following what he's saying. So I'm creating the pull request. And you see, the story really clean, data updating, you know? So, I know you love me, I know you miss me. I miss you too, bro. I wasn't working a lot those days on the app because I'm having a lot of interviews and some companies are like companies are calling me every day, and so and it's tiring me a lot because it's stressful, you know. So yeah, I didn't have much time to work on Refugee Land the past week. But yeah, now guys, if you wanna look at what you can do, if you feel like you can contribute to the project, you can go to the repo. It's on Hassan Habib GitHub account, and then you click here and you'll see that we have a list of current issues that are the issues that we are focusing on right now. And if you want to have an idea of what it is, we are going to focus on refugee group, and it means that there are two entities, one for the refugees and one for a refugee group. And a refugee group is a list of refugees, but it's not just a list of refugees, actually it's a list of refugee group memberships. So the refugees and the refugee groups are linked by the refugee group membership, the entity that we are implementing right now. And it's an interesting entity because it's an hybrid relationship entity, and in it you can see that we have a status that allow us to keep track of movements between groups, refugee groups, because we call it a soft delete. So instead of just getting rid of the information when someone is leaving a group, we are going to keep this entity, the refugee group membership entity that links the refugee to a refugee group, and just change the status to departed or deleted. Like this, we have an easy way to follow every movement between groups and relationship between refugees, and if they already met within a group or not, and anything is just like we are not deleting, we are not doing a hard delete. So that's why we are doing this. And there is a refugee representative and a flag a boolean flag to say if it's a decision maker, if this refugee linked to this refugee group as a flag of a decision maker to know if this is one of the refugee from the refugee group that we have to convince or to talk with, or So let's go back to the branch. Also, let's see if he reviewed our changes. So he said that he's checking. He said, what about migrations? Oh, he's... Damn! He is too smart. Oh my god. In the left comments in PR. Be right back. The migrations, the migrations are making me crazy. Migrations are making me crazy. So migrations, when you are modifying a model, thanks Elbe, thanks. Migrations. So the migrations, when you are modifying the models, you want to track the modification that you are doing to the models for an entity framework to map it to the database, because if I'm opening the SQL server view, you can see that I've already a database spawn up. Like there is already a mapping existing, an existing mapping. So let's see. I'm gonna close this in the sys. Here I have a refugee land database, and you see that I have something that already exists. It's called refugee group memberships, and I can view the data in it, and there is this and those properties, refugee group ID, refugee ID is decision maker, is refugee group status and details. And so we need to generate some code automatically with using a CLI tool or the package manager console to create a file that will be into this folder called migrations, and it's going to add the changes that I made to the model, to the entity, into the database that I already have. And so each time you are making modification to the data, you have to do a migration like this to keep track of the changes and to revert them if there is a problem or something like that. So I like to use the CLI tool, the .NET CLI tool, and if you go to .NET EF migrations CLI, you can see that we have a line here that is going to create a migration, and so the migration name would be update refugee group membership. I think that's going, fields, update language fields, we are update fields. Yeah, we are going to do this update fields. What do you think? I don't know if someone's there or not, but I think that's what we are going to do. So let me grab this back. .NET EF migration add .NET EF migrations add, and we are going to do update update refugee, my refugee group, membership, fields. Yeah, fields. I think it's a good name. Update refugee of migration. Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! What was it? I'm not on the. I'm on the right one. Okay, but I'm not on the right. I'm not inside the right folder. Okay. Here. Je suis pas capable de comprendre ça. I'm not able to understand what you're saying, Nodira. But hi, Nodira. Oh. See. Okay, so and I'm going now to update my database, because if we are going to here and I'm refreshing it, and nothing has changed. But even if I'm reloading everything here and we go to the tables and we go here, we see everything, nothing has changed. So I have to do .NET EF database update. C'est .NET EF database update. And you can see, if you want to learn more about this, you can go here and you learn how to use it with the CLI, the command line, or you can use it with the package manager console. It's doing the same thing, but you're not writing exactly the same stuff, but it's doing the same thing. It's just that, you know, if you want to use the package manager console, you're using this here. I think it's I'm never using it, so I'm not sure where it is, but it's somewhere like that. You should ask Albek. I don't know if he's back, but anyway, it's somewhere. Package manager console, I have it here, so we could do it here too. And so, and I said that I wanted to use the CLI, and this is the one I want. The just .NET, not .NET tool, no, it's not this, it's .NET EF database update. That's the one I want. EF database update. And so now that I've done this, I can check here. I don't know if I have to reload the whole database. It's possible. And now we can see that we have the new fields created by, updated by. So, thank you, Elbeck. You got my back, as always. And so I need to do a commit and say data. Do you do migrations like category, or it's data? It's data, I think. Data, c'est add migrations. No. Yeah, add that migration, and we are going to grab the same name. Update refugee group membership field migration. Okay. And I should have pushed too. Oh no, I do not. I'm not going to push because we are going to put some of those on this and say code rub and blah 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 blah. Even though it's auto-generated, I want to put some copyright onto the files. Maybe it's silly, but I'm not making the rules. So I'm gonna be a good boy. You know, I'm getting old. Like, complaining and doing the revolution is for the young guys, for the young lad. Like, I lost all my energy, you know. I lost all my will to change the world and to rebel against the rulers of the world. And you know, our ruler is pretty nice, so if it makes him happy, I'll do it for him. So code rub and copy the commit and push. Are you there, Albek? Are you there? I'm gonna need him. Need him to review. The guy is too good. The guy is too good. I don't know. I've worked without having him reviewing my code. I'm telling you, doing this is living dangerously. Yeah, thanks. So I've done 2 commits. One where I updated I have added the migration, and I checked that everything was fine. I updated my own database. The fields are there. And then I added some copyrights to the generated file into the migration. Yep. Still missing a header. Which file? Where? Are you in? Really? Into the update refugee group. Update refugee group. Shipsville. I don't think so. Is there? Can we? It can be. It can't be. I do not have any changes here. Am I going crazy? It's okay. How do you expand the stuff I mean up? Yeah, it's here. It's here. The snapshot, it's here too. And yeah, that's new. Okay. Okay. So everything is fine. But yeah, it was weird, here. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not. I'm on a commit. On a specific commit. That's why. And if we go into all the files changed, like they are. Well, yeah. The thing it's we were inside of one specific commit, like this. That's why it was like this. Yeah, we were on this one, but here, if you show all changes, you can see that it's here. Okay, so that's fine. So we have Elbeck telling us that everything looks good to him, so we are going to merge it and resolve the. Okay. Oh, you already merged it? No, merged to. Oh, Elbeck, thank you. So now he merged it. So now we are going to go back to I like to check out to the main and update it like this. And then I'm checking out to my other branch because I could pull directly from the origin main from my branch, but I like to have this habit of going back to my local main and to pull everything into my local main. And so we were into foundations and refugee membership ad. Yes. I'm going to check out here. We are going to merge from main. And now we should have a refugee group membership with this. That's perfect. And we now are going to go to our shelf and unshelf everything. Okay. And take a look at the changes now, and they are back. They are here. Okay, we are back on track. So, where were we? We wanted to hard code the we want to make the ID of the updated by the same as the created by, and we can do the same, but for the date, to be sure that it will be the same on creation, because we are on add and not on update. We are making a test for the add service, the method add refugee group membership on the refugee group membership service. Okay, so refugee group membership. Yeah, thanks Elbeck for the help, like always. You're the best. Yeah, and so we are going to hardcode those and say that the updated updated by is equal to the random. Not random time. You see, when I wanna be lazy, I'm losing time. So, and this is created by. Created by. And the other one is the time of the creation, you know. Refugee group membership. Say updated date. Date is equal to random a created date. Okay. So now we have those two hard coded. We are going to put this here. Oof. Like this. Okay. What can we make sure of? We want to have the input refugee membership, the refugee group membership. Okay. And we want to retrieve it from the storage. Do we need something else than the one that we retrieve from the storage? Or maybe we should say that the one that we are going to retrieve from the storage is also our expected one. So we are going to see, because I could do this and say that the one that we input, maybe not the one that we input, sure, no, it's a random too, it's a reference, it's pointing, it could be a deep clone, this one, yeah, but we'll see. Just to make my point, we could say that this one is the storage, the one that is coming back from entity framework, and we could have another one and say that we are expected refugee group membership, and or we could just, I think that we are going to set it up like this. Let's see how it's done into the refugee service logic add. So there is a deep clone, because we do not want to reference to the same object, like the address into the memory will be the same if we are not doing this. So we are going to, and we called it inserted refugee instead of storage. Yeah, the naming is better. So, and we are not passing the random refugee, but the one that we said that is the input, and it's true that it will be the one that it's been inserted. So logically it's better if we name it like this. So here I'm going to call it inserted, and it respects, you know, the naming of the storage broker. Inserted, and this one is going to be the input. And now we have the expected one. Yeah, the expected one deep cloned to prevent the referencing, to have the same object in memory, the same address. Okay. force div cloner. Let me close this. Okay. Okay, it's a bit too long again, so I'm going to do this and not this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Put some space here. Okay, that's fine. So now that we are here, we want to set up mocks because our service has some dependency, and so right now it's going to use only one dependency, the storage broker. But when we are going to implement the validation, it's going to call the logging broker to log some errors or what's happening in the business, and the datetime broker too to do the checking with the date. When we are creating it, we want to be sure that it was just created, that it's not an old value that spent a lot of time into on the internet between computers. We want to make sure that it just been created. So we are going to check with the time of the machine that we are evaluating the value of the entity that we are receiving. And so at this point we are going to call those brokers. So for the test, we have to mock those calls and to say what we want those mocked dependency. We will have to tell them what we want them to return. Okay, so even though it's not necessary right now, I'd like to implement them right now because I do not like to go back to testers to update them later when I know that we are going to have to do them anyway. And because I want the community story to be focused on each test that we are implementing, and I do not want to have somewhere into the code where we see that we are updating a test when it's not the main point of the commit. So let's see if we can do this without having our test yelling at us. And sometimes the thing I do is I write them and then I'm commenting them out until I feel like it's appropriate. I done the implementation. I could do this. So daytime broker. I think it's offset. It's get current datetime offset. Yeah, and when we are calling this one, we want to return UTC now. That time offset UTC now. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna return the same random date time here because when we are going to do the validation, it's going to use the same date time, so it's gonna be better. And I don't know because okay, so but it's better if I'm using the same date up there, because that's what's going to be used to evaluate the structural to do the structural validation. Excuse me guys, I'm really getting tired. Okay. So now that we have done this, we want to set up the storage broker. I'm not too chatty. I'm sorry. But I mean, better coding tired than not coding at all, I guess. What do you think? What do you think? The time offset. No, it's not the daytime offset, it's the storage broker. And it's insert. Insert what? It's not like that. It's insert refugee group membership. And we want to pass it the input refugee group membership, and we want what's the problem here? I don't know why you say you cannot broker, storage broker log, insert refugee group membership. And let me finish with this one. Return the sync. That's why, because it's waiting on a return. Inserted refugee group membership. So why did I do wrong to do wrong? Insert refugee. insert refugee group membership. Ouais, c'est ça. When you are not using the auto-completion, your brain is farting a lot. No idea. Can I see which one is being used here? Not here, but here. Can I have some information on this one? Okay, c'est returns extension. Ok. Oh mon dieu. Euh, Ok. Tout. Wow, je suis vraiment en train de m'endormir. I'm really falling asleep. But I'm almost done. And I'm taking my sweet time, but you know, with the music and everything, like the temperature is fine, so why not? Times one. Alors, on doit faire. We are going to do storage, broker, mock, verify, no, very. But I think that instead of doing this like this, it's going to be logging broker log. I think it could be logging date storage. Let's take a look. To refugee because well, it's date storage. Okay, and here which order is it? Date log storage. Date log storage. Date log storage logging. Date log storage. It sounds better. Date log storage. Date log storage. Okay, now we can run our test and see how it feels. I fucked up because I moved this into the wrong file, so and I wasn't supposed to touch this one. I was date, time, logging, storage, and do not tell me that this is passing. No, it's not. I don't know, maybe I've done something wrong, I don't know. We'll see. I know I done it, but it goes and goes and goes. Why did I do wrong? Youpie! So I'm gonna take this sweet time to format this a little bit. Okay, and what does it say? Not implemented exception. So yeah, man, this is exactly what we wanted. So I'm going to get the should add a refugee group membership async, and we are going to do this and say fail. I'm going to commit and push or not. I'm just going to commit it. Oh. Oh, there is the camera is dead. Okay, let me. Oh, I do not have battery on my camera anymore. Anyway, we are done. So I'm just going to commit. Let's see the to do. Oh, the to do it's because it's not implemented. So commit anyway. Did I? Not this. Okay, that's fine. Our membership, it's not written the right way, so we are going to I need to change this and let me find membership. Okay, membership, membership. Okay, so here the thing that I'm going to do is just to set to squash. And I'm going to commit. Now I'm going to open this. I'm going to do this and to squash the commits. I'm going to get rid of this and do this. And now it's better. Okay. So now we can implement it, yeah, and let's add refugee group member. So right here, the thing that we can do is just doing this storage broker and say group ship Alors, usually we would do it like this. But I don't think it's not really pretty like that. So I'm going to do a proper return and maybe just do this. It's not ideal, but anyway, it's not gonna stay long. It's not gonna stay like that for long. So that's fine. So now before I'm committing, we are going to launch the test. It's taking its sweet time. My computer is it's a bit lazy like me tonight. Allez, come on! Yo! Taking long. You know why? I think that the problem is that I'm. Is there a problem? But it's not here. I I'm just asking myself. I don't remember if I need to comment those out. I don't think so because we are not calling them. So anyway, no, we are calling this one, but not the time worker. Maybe it's because of this one that it's taking a bit of time, but I don't think so. But because we are never calling it, so I wouldn't. I know there is a self-referencing stuff that's happening, so I have to ignore some links. Okay, I I think I know what's the problem. The filler. The problem is the filler. Here, I need to ignore some properties. So let's see the refugee group membership. So I think that I should ignore let's relaunch them, but I should ignore can I ignore them? Maybe not, because they are the composite key of this one, so it would be a bit weird. Maybe not, I don't know. Or maybe I should ignore this one. If it takes too long like this, we are going to ignore one of those. I think I need to ignore this and this. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. So we said the refugee and the refugee group. Because if you don't understand what's happening, like the test is creating an infinite tree of references to, because refugee will have a refugee group membership, and the refugee group membership will have a refugee, and the refugee group will have a refugee group membership, and we have refugees that have refugee group, like to infinity. So yeah, we have to stop the filter to mess around. Refugee group. And the other one is refugee group. And maybe we have to... No, nothing else. Okay. Okay. Let's try to run it again. Okay. Expected invocation of the mock ones, but was 0 times, and it's the current dead time. So we are going to comment it out, because we said that we are expecting that it's going to be called once. So pop. It's going to be for later. I'm going to put a to-do to remind myself to do. Implement this for no, and comment this when we implement the validation. And comment this when implement the structural validation. Okay. Allez, bye bye guys.